Hey guys, it's Ben again with Coyote Outdoors, and I posted a video a couple weeks ago about putting an AC in my camper here, and I actually got quite a few people who messaged me and asked me questions about the camper and the truck, mostly about the camper. But I got a list of questions here I'm going to go through, and hopefully this answers most people's questions. The first question here is about the truck, and they asked me if it's an intercooled truck. Yes, this is a 91.5 or 91 and a half. Halfway through that model year, Dodge started putting intercoolers in their trucks. So yes, this is an intercooled truck. The other question is number two is this truck stock? The truck is 100% completely stock, and it has been for 229,900 and about 20 miles. Literally, I've only driven the truck about 5 miles, but I did put a fuel pin in the truck to give it a little more power, and that's it. Other than that, in an aftermarket stereo, this truck is 100% factory. Somebody asked me the tire size. Again, it's the stock tire size for the truck. It's still got the stock rims. It's got the stock hubcaps. So this thing is the way it rolled off the assembly line in 1991. Let me see here. Another question was the jacks for the camper, because somebody mentioned that I didn't have the jacks on my camper. I did get some jacks. The whole pattern on them's a little wrong. I did not have jacks on it when I bought it, actually. So I went and got these fancy tripod jacks here, and I got to mount them on the truck still, but I gotta elongate the holes just a hair to make them fit. And then so I think that's it. That covers the truck. So let's move on to the camper. Alright, so one of the other questions that I got about the camper is what was the model number on it? And actually, with the guy I bought the camper from was nice enough to include the original brochure for the camper. But it's also got a data plate right here, and the actual ID number is 99CT11363. But if you look in the brochure calls it the Bronco 1200. That is that one right there. Bronco 1200. So it's designed for an 8-foot bed truck, and so that's what that one is. Now I think I had another question here about something on the outside, then we'll go inside. The outside, the propane. Propane is on the side over here, and somebody asked me what I had in it, and this one comes with one 20-gallon. 20 pound propane tank that fits up in there, and it's actually kind of a pain to change. I may try to work in a different way into that, but that is how that works on there. And I think that was the last question about the outside. I think everything else is on the inside. And somebody asked us too what we do for a shower and a bathroom while we're on the road. Well, like most campers out there, we have our outdoor shower with hot and cold running water. I have not used this shower yet because we haven't really boondocked yet, unless you count the one night we stayed at a truck stop outside of where were we? That was Nebraska, just out somewhere in Nebraska. We stayed at a truck stop somewhere in Nebraska on our way to Idaho. So we got that. I am going to get a little enclosure that goes here. I used to have one. I got rid of it a while ago. Kind of wish I hadn't now, but I do actually have one of those pop-up shower stands that actually works with one of these outdoor camper showers. And then for a bathroom, again, we haven't really boondocked yet, so we've always either had a truck stop bathroom or a campground bathroom to go to. And I've been camping my whole life in campgrounds, so I know a lot of people think some campground bathrooms are scary, but most of them are pretty nice in my experiences. Or you could always go to like a a Petro or a Love's or something like that and shower there, use the bathroom there. That's when we're on the road, that's usually what we do 95% of the time anyways. Or, you know, Walmart's your best friend. But that was just a quick little thing I wanted to show, because I've had actually a few people ask me what we do for bathrooms in a small truck camper that doesn't have a bathroom. You know, for most guys it's not hard either. We can just go off into the woods, and for women it's a little different. My wife always appreciates having a bathroom, and eventually once we get a little trailer to go behind this truck, which we are for when we go camping, I'm going to bring a porta pot with me that'll fit in my little enclosure that works with my outdoor shower, and that's what we'll use if we end up boondocking. So just wanted to throw that in there because somebody asked me about that. Alright, we are inside the camper now, and to finish out the last couple questions I had here, and I left the top down because that's one of the questions here. One of them was, how tall is it inside with the top down? Now, I'm 6 foot even. I'm sitting on the bench at the table, and I've got room to sit up. I have room to sit up perfectly straight. So I can sit at the table, I can access my refrigerator. This actually turns into a bed, and I have done that. You can put this into a bed and lay on just that, like if you're just pulling into a truck stop for the night or something, you don't feel like popping it up to get to the big bed. I have access to my sink. My sink works with the top down. I don't know why it wouldn't. I have access to my stove. I don't know if I'd use that because of how close the upper cabinets are when they come down to it. But yeah, this is more than livable with the top down. I mean, we've gone to places and used this to like change in, like beaches and stuff like that. We come in here and we change in here and we don't bother putting the top up. So, I mean, plenty of room with the top down, even if you didn't want to. And with the top up, like I said, I'm 6 foot tall and I have a good 4 inches above my head with the top up, standing up. So it goes pretty tall. Somebody want to know what kind of food I keep in the camper? I don't ever run the fridge unless I'm camping. It's either propane or electric. It runs off both. It does not run off 12 volt, but it is 120 volt and propane. And so I don't ever run my fridge, but I do keep food in the camper at all times. I usually keep a few Mountain House meals in here. I love Mountain House meals. They're really, really good for freeze-dried food. If I have them, I'll keep a couple of MRE main courses in here, a couple of cans of food. Nothing too crazy, but because it gets hot in here, and you know there's no AC or anything when we're not using it. So you've got to use really shelf-stable stuff if you're going to keep it in here for long periods of time. Usually there's a bag of chips or two in here too. Somebody asked me, setup. How long does it take to set this thing up? 3 minutes. Literally, I can pull into a campsite, pop the 4 latches on the outside, grab my crank this thing up in literally 3 minutes. I've done it in the pouring rain before, so I know I can do it quick. To hook the water up, you're looking at about another 2-3 minutes, and that's with putting the power in. It couldn't be simpler. I mean, a lot of people I've heard complain about these pop-up campers because they like to just walk into the truck and everything be done. But when it comes right down to it, you really can't beat how easy these are to put up. How long does my propane last? I've stayed in this thing for 10 days straight before, running the fridge and running the heat every night. Running the fridge 24/7 and running the heat every night, and only used half a bottle of propane. So it lasts a long time. If I didn't have to run the heat, I probably wouldn't have even used half that just for the fridge. The fridge takes nothing to run. I mean, nothing. All right, let's see. Somebody asked me the bed size. The bed size is full. It's not a full queen. It's a full mattress. I have queen sheets on it. They fit fine. Me and my wife sleep on it very comfortably. Plenty of room. And she usually sleeps on the outside. I sleep on the inside. And if I need to get over her in the middle of the night or something, I have plenty of room between the roof and the bed to crawl over her to get out of bed. My battery. The battery, if I'm just running lights like I am now, lasts forever. I can run them all night, and I don't have to worry about my battery going dead. I have a 12-volt fan that if I'm not plugged into shore power, I will run to have a little bit of circulation in here. And running that 12-volt fan off the battery lasts about 8 hours before the battery gets too low to run the fan. But the battery will still run the lights for a few more hours off that, even if I won't run the fan. Water. I've got a 20-gallon water tank under the seat where I'm sitting right now. If I fill that up, which I usually just hook up to shore water and use that, but I do have a 20-gallon tank on board of hot and cold running water, and I have a shower on the outside. I have an outdoor shower on this that works really good. I think that covers all the questions that people had for me. All in all, extremely happy with this camper. You know, we pretty much got it for free with the truck, and I couldn't be happier with this thing. I do have to put an O-ring in my sink. It does leak right here at the base of the faucet, but that's not a massive deal. But other than that, I mean, I lived in this thing for 10 days straight pretty much not too long ago. And that's nothing compared to what some people do, obviously, but for those 10 days, I was perfectly happy with this thing. I couldn't have been any happier with it. I didn't feel like it was small. I didn't feel like I was cramped up, because when we're just staying in the camper, I actually take this table out. We don't use the table, and we just use the extra floor space where the table used to be. And you know, we just use these benches as a couch. We have a little TV we can set up in here. Yeah, I mean, this thing's been great. So I've got no complaints whatsoever about it. All I can say is if a pop-up camper is deterring you, don't let a pop-up camper deter you, because the added fuel economy I get, plus, like I said, literally 3 minutes to pop this thing up, and it might take 10 to take it down. And that's only because you got to make sure the sides fold in properly. If it wasn't for that, I mean, it would go down as fast as it went up. So don't let that deter you. But I think that covers everything. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot me over a message, or and a subscription and a like on the video is always appreciated. I'll be back with some more adventures from Coyote Outdoors coming up. Thank you guys. Have a good night.